Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Renee. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate you being here, and welcome to RBSG Season 4, Episode 3, and it's Tish's month. So if you want to see what she has us doing, then stick around. I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I did do my skin prep and my brows, of course. But let's get into, because my brows take a long time, let's get into what Tish tasked us with. So her word was patience. And what she wants us to do is a full face as quick as we can and talk about a time where we needed a little bit of patience. So that's what we're going to do. If you don't know what RBSG is, RBSG stands for Random Beauty Support Group. It's a group of us ladies that got together, and what we do is each lady is assigned a month. That month, a random word is generated and sent to that person, and then that person decides what they want us to do with that word. Hence why Tish got patience, and she wants us to talk about a time that we needed patience while we do our makeup as fast as we can. So let's get into it. Let's hope this turns out okay, because I have to work today, and yeah, so that's what we're yeah, we'll see how it turns out, guys, because trying to do my makeup as fast as I can when I'm trying to get ready for work is going to be a little difficult, but I'm gonna do my best. Let me curl my lashes a little bit real quick. So for me, I've been thinking about this for a while, to try and think about a time that I needed patience. And to be honest with you, I need patience every day at work. I don't always succeed because, you know, it can get a little bit overwhelming at work sometimes, especially when, you know, you're trying to help people out as much as you can, and like some people, how to put it nicely, where I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but some people catch on a little bit quicker than others, and the ones that don't catch on, like, it can get a little frustrating because it takes every ounce of anything that I have. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a lot of stuff that's pretty easy, and it can get frustrating when somebody's been doing it for months and they still can't get a grip on it. It can get a little frustrating. But I think that the main time that I really needed patience was with my son and school. That was not easy at all, to be honest with you. And it took a lot. Like, and we had a lot of arguments and stuff. And when we would have arguments, because something would happen and I would kind of get on him and he would get mad at me and bite my head off, and I would, after we had our tiff, I would just leave him be, you know what I'm saying, for a few days, and not like harp on him or push. And that was really hard for me, because I just wanted to talk to him and explain to him, you know, why school is so important and why I was getting on him. But it would just escalate the situation and it wouldn't help. He's the kind of person you need to give him space to let him realize on his own. You know what I mean? Like, and he would, and it would take him a little bit, but then he would apologize. I'm sorry for getting mad at you. So I think the most patience I've needed in my life is with my son, and I can't really think of one certain situation where I needed, you know, patience. It's just when you have kids, which I'm sure a lot of you know, you have to have patience all the time in every situation. And it doesn't always work. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes your patience gets worn a little thin. But I think with school was the main time, you know, and trying to give him the space to kind of figure it out on his own, you know? Like when I was growing up, my mom wasn't like always on top of me about stuff, you know? I just kind of did it. And my ex used to get on to me about our son, like even after we separated, even though he wasn't really, you know, helping out that much and I was doing it all, he would, you know, give me a hard time about our son. And he would be like, well, is he going to school? Is he working? Blah, blah, blah. What is he doing? Like, he's going to school. He's doing his thing. And he would tell me that I need to not be his friend. I need to be his mother. And I'm like, I am being his mother. But at the same time, I'm trying to give him kind of a little bit of space to figure out his path. You know what I mean? Like when before I even turned 16, I wanted a job, you know, and I kept waiting for that for my son. But they do say that boys like mature a little bit. What am I doing here? Boys mature a little bit slower than girls, you know, so I was trying to just give him the time that he needed to figure it out. And eventually he did. You know, it was like one day, all of a sudden, I want a job. I want to get my license, which we're still working on the license. We haven't been in a while. I think he kind of got a little frustrated and wants to take a little break from, you know, trying again, which I understand. And when he's ready, we'll start doing it again. But again, that's one of those things where I just need to have a little patience with him and let him do it in his own time, because rushing him and pushing him is just going to make him push back, and it's going to make things harder. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things. Sometimes kids have to figure things out on their own and make their own mistakes, and you can't push them, because if you push them too hard, sometimes what you do is push them away. And I don't mean in all things. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to step in depending on the situation, you know, and school was a really important thing. And, you know, I tried to push him as much as I could without pushing too hard. You know what I mean? Like I would step back and give him some space before I would like start getting on him again. And like with his license, I mean, it's not really a necessity. I mean, it kind of is, but it isn't. You know, I can take him to and from work. Eventually, you know, if things got, you know, to a certain situation, like where I couldn't take him or anything, he could take an Uber, he could take a bus. You know, I mean, there's ways for him to get to and from work without a driver's license. But I do want him to get his license, because if he has his license, then he'll get a little bit more freedom. But I think that the most patience I've ever needed in my whole life is being patient with my son and letting him grow into the person that he's going to be. And he's still learning and growing every day. You know, he calls in sick to work and you're going to be mad at me. I'm not going to be mad at you, dude, but like if you're not sick, you shouldn't be calling in, you know. I do kind of understand, because his department is kind of a little bit frustrating in the way that they do scheduling and stuff like that. And I can understand why people call in. I don't know. I just can kind of understand it. You know what I mean? But people these days just don't have any work ethic at all. You know, I think the last time I called in was, I can't even remember how long, because it's been that long. And I only call in like if I'm really, like, I have to be super sick or super in pain to call in. And so for me, I'm trying to have a little patience with that too, you know, because he's called in a few times and it's a little frustrating for me, and I'm trying not to get on him too much about it. But I did tell him, you know, Junior, your coworkers are depending on you to be there. I don't know how fast I'm doing this, but I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. What color do I want to put on my lid? I don't know. Let's go with this one. Oh, that's too glittery. Shoot. Wipe that off. But what could, tell me down in the comments a time that you had to have patience, you know, with your kid, with your job, with your home, with your husband, with your significant other. You know, sometimes I had to have patience with my ex too. It's hard to pick a situation because, you know, at 51 years old, I've had to have a lot of patience over a lot of different situations. But I guess the main one is with my son, you know, in him growing and going through his growing pains and figuring out who he is. It takes a lot of patience. And even though my patience gets pushed sometimes, I think I've done pretty well in the grand scheme of things, you know, with getting frustrated with him and stuff like that. I think I've dealt with it pretty good, you know. I'm still growing as well, you know. Every day is a time of learning and growing, and you know, just because I'm the age that I am doesn't mean that I know everything, you know. And I tell my son that all the time, you know. I don't know everything. So and if I don't know everything at my age, I know you don't know everything at your age. So, you know, stop trying to be this Mr. Know-it-all, you know? Because sometimes I'll say something, he's like, I'm not stupid. I didn't say you were stupid. But just because you don't know something doesn't mean that you're stupid. It just means that you're learning it. You know what I mean? But if you don't take the time to learn it, that's when there's a problem. When you don't accept that you thought you knew something that you didn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard sometimes to accept that you're wrong about. I know for me it is hard to accept when I'm wrong about things, but yeah, let me know down in the comments a time where you've needed to be patient, whatever situation it is. You know, and do you think that giving your kids a little bit of space to grow is a bad thing? You know, do you think that you should hound them more? I don't think that you should. I really don't. I think that it depends on the situation. And while school was really important for Junior, it was just one of those things where if I would have pushed him too hard, I think he would have shut down. You know what I mean? And I didn't want that. But he did graduate, so with a lot of help from me, not gonna lie. I did help him a lot, but you know, I wanted him to have his diploma because I know how important it is. So that took a lot of patience too. Helping him with schoolwork, ooh, boy, oh howdy. That was rough. But I did it and we got through it. And I think sometimes that's what we have to do to tell us that, to tell ourselves, is that it's not forever. You know what I mean? It may seem like it in the moment, but it's not forever. It'll be over. You know, you'll get through it eventually. You just gotta keep trucking along. And that's what I did, and we got through it. Okay. That's LYS bronzer. I use Flower Powers for my eyes. And my foundation is the Urban Decay one that Tish gave me, the little sample. Yes, I'm still using it. That's why I tell you guys, samples freaking last forever. And I don't use, I mean, I don't use like a lot. All right, blush, blush, blush. Let me get that. We're at 15 minutes. Oh no. I don't think I did very good at this, you guys. I'm probably going to have to get off of here and finish up the rest of my makeup to get ready for work, because I got to keep this video, I'm going to keep this video a little bit short because there's a lot of other channels involved in the RBSG, and I don't want to take up all your time. I want you to be able to go visit them as well. So I'm going to get off. I'm going to finish this up real quick, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I'm back and the look is done. Sorry I had to get off. I wanted to try and get all my makeup done in the video, but when you're talking and trying to do your makeup at the same time, it's a little difficult. So yeah, anyways, the look is done. I used the Flower Powers palette. I got this in a Bizy Beauty Customs PR box. She's so pretty. I used that in my inner corner. I used this on my outer V. I used this in the crease, and I used this shade on the lid. I think it came out pretty good. For my brows, I used this, no, that's not the palette I used. This Profusion palette is the one that I used. Should we do some freckles real quick while I'm telling you? I used my Everyday Vacay setting powder from Ciate London. I used this GRWM mascara for my lashes. I need to do my lower lashes. But in my defense, guys, it is not even 6 o'clock yet. So definitely got done earlier than I normally do in the mornings when I'm getting ready for work. So there's that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for hanging out with me. It means a lot. There will be a playlist linked down below. I hope that you will go show the other channels some love. They're all amazing, and I can't wait to see their videos and hear about a time in their life when they needed a lot of patience. You know, I think all of us have multiple times in our lives. There's not just like one time in particular where you needed to have patience. I think it's an ongoing thing your entire life, really. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have patience with your spouse. You got to have patience with your kids. You got to have patience with your coworkers. And, you know, it's not just one particular situation where somebody's going to need patience. I think it's like an everyday thing. You need to have patience with other drivers on the road. You know what I mean? Like, which isn't always easy when people drive like freaking idiots. But anyways, that's my look for today. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, I use this lipstick too. It's Sugar and Spice from Mirabella. I think I got this in Ice Cream Beauty. I think it looks really pretty. I can't go over all the rest of my makeup because I gotta let you guys go because I gotta go to work, even though I'm done early, so I can kind of chill out and watch a little bit of TV or play my game before I have to leave to go to work. But I hope you guys have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day it is that you're watching this. Take care, stay safe if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this kind of stuff as well as a lot of other things. I hope that you will join the family. Go down below, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn the notification bell up to all. That way you can get notified anytime I make a new upload. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and leave a comment down below. And the RBSG collab videos go up once a month, the last Thursday of every month. I think I forgot to mention that, but that's when we post. So anyways, stay tuned for next month's RBSG, and I hope that I will see you all in my next video. Make sure you check out the playlist. Bye, guys.